All right, here we go. Show number 36 of Into the Cubieverse, and we are live.
The Cubieverse is a GPS-based game where you walk via keys, use keys to open trivia vaults, answer trivia to earn rewards, and use those rewards to enhance your in-game experience or convert them to real-life rewards. I'm Dragon. Thanks for joining us tonight, and get ready as we take you into the Cubieverse. Gold Miner, Atrocities, hello, good evening.
Hey,
Hi, happy
Um,
Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving to you as well. For our viewers who may not know, it's Thanksgiving in Canada. Gold Miner, how was your week in the Cubieverse?
Very active this week. We have been trying to hit the top of the leaderboard, which seems like it's a slow moving, where we're stuck between 20 and 23 between Atrocities and I. And we've been building blues and whites, and we've now got, I've got a sushi shack, a pizza quest, and a coffee shop all on the go here.
so
Um,
to be clear, we're competing for the builders leaderboard,
Right. Okay.
and yeah, and it's not a pizza quest; it's a pizza shop,
well, whatever.
Yeah. I knew what you meant.
right?
And,
Sure.
anyways, maybe that's a Pizza Quest restaurant. Anyways,
That's good.
last week we had an issue. I was building my white vault at the pizza shop, and they went and put an ATM right beside it. So when I went to upgrade it to blue, I wasn't allowed to because there was already a premium structure there, or a special structure there, which was the ATM. So got them. That was Friday night after the upgrade that they did that. So that was kind of in limbo all weekend.
Okay.
Monday they fixed it back up. They removed the vault. Sorry, not the vault, the ATM. And then I started the blue. And then a few days later they added more ATMs, which they put another one right back there again. So I had to send quite a few more messages because nobody was responding back and nothing was happening. And nobody ever did respond back, but they finally did remove it. So
Okay.
the pizza shop is in its process of building, and
Good.
as is the sushi, as is the coffee shop. So we're all in line for all of that, to be ready for the end of the month. As for trade checks, opened one like R6 six, 7, 8, 9, I guess. R6 plus there's three others that are nearby that we kind of rotate along with ours every 3 days.
Right.
And out of every 3 days in doing that, I think I opened all 3 times and got absolutely nothing until today. I finally got double the chunks of flesh on one of them. So
Oh, good.
it's
Okay.
nice that we're getting the standard drop, but I feel like it's also reduced the amount of extra or bonus drops as well. So, yeah, sold. Last night I put up for sale a Koa Tiki. I had two of them.
That was
Listed
the
it for
one.
buy it now for 7,500, and sold almost immediately. So I was going off of what was in the Adventure Road, and yeah. So that was kind of exciting. And then I sold something else this week as well. I forget what that was, but it also sold quite quickly on a buy it now as well. So
Yeah. Just to talk there for a second. So you, in a week, you had two issues with your area of your white user vault, going to blue, really, and they're resolved now. So in the grand scheme of things, I think that's pretty awesome. Like how big the game is, and you can still get feedback and results and issues resolved fairly quickly.
Yeah. It was a little touch and go last weekend because we were kind of thinking, are we going to have it? Like, am I going to have enough time to complete the build within the month?
Right.
The blue and the pizza on top of it, but did finally manage to get that going, and it should be closed and finished or opened and finished before the end of the month. And
that's good.
Just for future reference, it's right around that bank where we all parked at when we did the event.
Oh, the city event?
Yeah, the kiosk city event.
So,
nice. Okay.
If you ever want to visit,
oh yeah,
it'll be open soon.
Okay.
So, but
Atrocities, how was your week?
Well, I was going to ask you how yours was first of all.
Okay. Mine was okay. Sorry, I wanted to say I missed last week's show, which I was really looking forward to. Last minute, I was reminded I was already out of town that night, so it really messed that up. But my big news is from 2 weeks ago, rather than this week, where I hit level 30.
Yay!
Yay! I've
Yay!
been
Hey,
shooting for it
congratulations.
for a while. I jumped like 700 and 750 experience points in that last week. I did like multiple. I did a sushi quest, multiple pizza quests. I had 2 buddy quests that all jumped it all up. It was really good. That was really helpful. Uh, got to sell. Since then, I've been experimenting in the auction house even more because I have the buy it now number option, which is
That's
great.
an awesome feature,
Yeah.
isn't it?
It is. Yeah, especially since you can set the lower price to get action.
Yeah.
And if people get frustrated or they just want to be done with it, you can set an outrageous price, like the 500,000 for the which QB that's in the auction house right now. Hey, if someone wants to spend $500,000 on 500,000 QB coins on a which QB, great. If you have it, do it. So you can set it really high like that, or you can, set it for where you think to be reasonable. I'm jumping in like I was able to sell 100,000 resin for 48,000 QB coins in less than 24 hours. So I was happy with that.
Yeah, for sure.
So I had 2 buddy quests last week. No buddy quests this week as of yet. Surprising. The last week. There was 2 the week before though, which was good. Trade checks are gone back to my regular nothing extras. But that I think is RNG only, right? I don't think there's any. I know a lot of people. You get chatter online about like since they did this, it's less payouts, and other people are like, I'm getting more payouts, and I do think it rotates rather randomly, which is a good thing. Liz still does well on getting the extra bonus drops, so that's
is she on hunter mode or is she on hunter mode when she's opening with trade checks or?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And she just, I don't know, it works for her. Hey, as long as it makes Bunch of O'Brien's happy to look at me and laugh a little bit because I get nothing. So still,
it's
again,
weird.
I have.
It's weird how you got all that in like a week. You're like boom, boom, boom. You lots of payouts.
Yeah, I got like 4 or 5 of them that week. That was really nice.
Yeah.
But it just happens, right? You just have to hit it at the right time and right moment, whatever. So, I'm still only 1 chromatic blueprint for 275 or did I pass 300 perfect green vaults right now. So my numbers are down. I had my first one after 82, so I was expecting at least 1 more blueprint by now, which I haven't got. So that's unfortunate, but it'll come. Then all of a sudden one day, who knows, I'll get like 3 in a day or something.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
It
happens. But yeah, the game's been. I've been enjoying it. Getting out a little bit more. I was waiting until after Thanksgiving to really do a push on my health, which the game really helps with because it motivates me to walk more. So I'll be able to get a few extra vaults I don't normally get because they're a little bit further. I don't normally walk to them, but I will now, and so that's good. But overall, yeah, the game it was a good week or 2 weeks in the Cubieverse for me. And you, Atrocities?
Well, yeah, I think we've been playing a lot more in the last week or so with the building out. We did the kind of looked at it, did the math, and said, "Geez, I could spend 10 million resin on this," and I've got about that amount, but I want to make sure we don't run out, so we're out pushing to get more resin going on.
Right.
So I've got a green user vault going up, I've got a pizzeria also going up at the moment. And then I waited to kind of the last minute, but I decided no, I'm also going to Tim Hortons. So
Okay.
I am in the blue, putting up a blue user vault for that right now. And based upon the fact that we had 13 and a half days, I think, to do a pizzeria when we put it down.
Right.
I've got enough time to get my Tims in and run for the end of the month. And I think I'll have maybe 12 hours to spare on that one. So
Kind of close.
we'll be cutting that one close, but that should be 3 premiums of the month, I think, at this point.
Yeah.
So,
Nice. That'd be good.
that's the plan. We shall see. Obviously, actually, I'll come back there again, but as well, I also had some good luck here where I got a sharp knife from the Sushi Quest to drop. So
Oh, good.
I am now able to print a Master Sushi Chef, but I'm holding off on that until the Halloween event. Because if I need it during the Halloween event, it's there for the extra experience.
Yeah.
If needed, right?
Right.
So
Yeah.
so that's my plan with that. What else do we get going this week? I had a buddy quest with Kivo strings yesterday, so that was good. Excellent communication. We responded really fast, organized the time, and everybody was there on time. So
That's good.
can't do anything.
Although, didn't he say that Minell was going to be the one meeting you at the seesaw?
Yeah, I think he indicated that. That's a joke from the last show. So,
Right.
Yeah, so I think that's the big thing, because we've been really pushing harder. So the other thing is, I've noticed this week is I'm looking forward to the change of the radius.
Me too.
You can hit the vaults, because every time I'm going by vaults, I'm like, oh, I can get that one in the future.
Yep.
I'll be able to get that one, because there's some vaults that are just, a little too far out of range, or, for whatever reason. And there's other ones that sometimes you can get them from a spot, and other times you can't. So I know sometimes you got to walk right up to the, you're walking right up to a wall,
Yeah. No, for sure. Yeah.
right? So that would be great.
No, and I keep trying already, every chance I can, just in case it's active.
Yeah. In
I
fact,
know when it is, but
yeah.
I still keep trying, because I am looking forward to that a lot.
Yeah, I'm looking for that. In fact, I know when we were doing the Toronto event, we were downtown and we're trying to do a trade shack, and myself and RX Wings and Gold Miner were walking up those trade shacks. Gold Miner's Cubie is on the other side of the street. And we can, because in the event you can see where everybody else's cubies are. We saw her cubie on the other side of the event, but her phone was she was there, and her phone right beside me.
Right.
And we had her actually walk up to the freaking wall, and it was still on the other side of the street. So.
But mine does that all the time. Like, there's often times where Atrocity and I will be side by side.
Yeah.
For example, if we're sometimes in the car, I'll be on the sidewalk, he'll be on the road, and I'm like, well, what the heck? Like, we're in the middle of the street. Like, how can we move so far? But I think that Toronto one was because the building was like, I don't think the GPS, or not GPS, the connection was as good, obviously.
Yeah.
Well, GPS was not as good, just because, the tall buildings, kind of like the same issues we were having in Las Vegas.
Yeah, we had them in Vegas too. But by extending that radius out, I think that'll make a big difference. It may not impact the trade shacks and whatnot, but
it will a bit, not much. Like, there's a few trade shacks, even the ones in London right now. Yeah. If you have to go down a side street to get access to it instead of just continue walking down the main street, which now you'll be able to.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are ours. We're annoyed by that
Yeah.
too.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
So and some days you can get them as you're driving by, and other days you can't. And sometimes you're getting out of the car, and if you're walking, the same thing. Like as you said, like the one by the church where you're literally having to go to the door of the church to get it.
Well, one thing that I'm really looking forward to on this aspect is because I'm off of the passenger and carpooling, whatnot, highways. I pass white vaults all the time that are just off the highway, but I'm sure that within 200 meters, now I can still get them while we're playing.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, which I think there's a big market missing there for highway vaults and passengers and vehicles, or buses or whatever.
Did you watch the?
If there's a lot more vaults on the commute, they could get them and play. Like Luke Weaver was saying, like you open your phone and you don't have time to go and get it, but now you can open it anywhere and get a couple vaults.
Well, Atrocity's sister lives in Kingston, and anytime you're driving there, everything is like off. Like you literally have to go into almost every place to get something. Where it's so inconvenient. Because we happened to be up there last year when
Zelda.
What?
Zelda.
Okay. I thought it was the other one. It was the show one.
The robot?
The robot.
Yeah. That's
and we were trying to drive around and get all the vaults that we could, and it was just so frustrating. Where A, we don't know where we are, right? And B, B, can you pull into somebody's drive? Well, like businesses' driveways, because some of them have security and stuff. And
I mean, how many businesses are around industrial zones where actually, if you want to get the vault, you actually have to go onto their property to go like down the side of the building or whatever. This will eliminate that need, right? So
exactly.
I think it's going to add a lot more vaults. So that's good.
For sure. And I think, as you said, people to take the bus would be a good market the transit to market the game to, where hey, you're on the bus, you got nothing to do here, play the Cubieverse as you're
what a great way to that's great for marketing, right? Like a good incentive to talk to people. Like there was really people who took bus every day or whatnot. I could tell them a little bit about it, but you couldn't reach so many vaults. But now, like you're saying, they'll get a lot more, which is great.
For sure.
Yeah. Now, jumping into what was said into the live chat here, Plumber Boy mentioned 935 people have signed up for the airdrop so far. So we are getting really close. Atrocities and I have not signed up as of yet, so there'll be 2 more files.
If you don't get in before the 1,000, I think you don't qualify for this one. So you have to sign up for the 1,000. It's
really?
1,000 cap, right?
I thought it was a minimum of 1,000.
They said that, but there's a prize pool.
Oh.
So I don't know, right? You are just definitely trying to make sure you register for the airdrop before you get to the 1,000.
Okay.
I'm not.
I thought
I'll have to get my tech guy to get on that tonight.
Yeah, we were thinking it was a 1,000 minimum, and we had 4 days to do it. So, I was pretty sure we would get the 1,000, but I didn't realize it was over 1,000 was where it capped out. So,
I don't know why that's stuck in my head.
Because I thought the 1,000 was the minimum.
There was a definite prize pool, I believe,
right.
like 300 million or 3 billion.
Right.
I mean, it was 3 billion, whatever, and it was like, so that would make the 1,000. I don't know. I would have thought there was reach the limit of tokens, it's done.
Right, because I would have thought there was a range, because they said that you need to have 1,000 for them to execute. So it can't be just we have to have 1,000 exactly, right? That's
it could be, but
right.
No, I would think so too, but I didn't see anything that said a range. So
right.
It's my guess from the having a prize pool fixed amount, and the 1,000, it all seemed to work out perfectly. So
Did you do the
I don't know.
math on that where you get 3 million times 1,000? Does that total out?
That's 3 billion, right?
Right?
So
Is that what
I
they
was
said
just,
you got?
I don't know. I'm just working
Okay.
from vague pieces of skimming the articles and reading, doing
Right.
fast reading.
Because the other thing
That's
is,
why I got mine. I thought it would be done really fast as well. I had the whole thing done in 50 minutes
yeah,
from the time it went on, because I thought it was gonna be 1,000 people a lot faster than it was.
yeah, and I think it's probably. I hope. I thought I was thinking 1,000 was the minimum. There's no cap because remember as well, you can get more of this JH for referrals
That's true. That's
and
true.
other
Yeah.
things of that nature, right? So if I
Yep.
got 10 referrals, um, I'm gonna want to make sure I'm getting
Yeah,
my,
you're
my
gonna
share
want
of that,
that
right? For sure,
extra
and
five
that's
million
gonna
in JHA.
increase the size of it. So
Yeah. I
okay.
just
So,
I don't like to take chances. It
Yeah,
says 1,000. I'm just thinking I got to be in that first 1,000.
yeah,
so Plumber Boy read it the same way we did as well, saying that
Okay.
you need to meet the minimum, not that it's limited. But who knows, right? Like so,
Yeah.
and Hoth wanted to know why we hadn't signed up. All I can say, it's not for a lack of harping on my end.
we got lots of
But
time, lots of time, and
that's what he always says.
right,
Yeah. Yeah.
lots of time.
Yeah.
So, and so it looks like we're gonna hit the 1,000 easy. So, you know, everyone else that hasn't signed up like me, go ahead and get it done.
Yeah.
Because it's cool. Um, as well, I guess we should mention because it's in the chat right now. Did you hear they put out a loot code this week um,
Yeah.
for 50 crystal keys? Uh,
Yeah.
Apparently, they didn't put one out. That's for people that are new people who go through the tutorials. I think Rashu had said
okay, yeah,
Oh.
in a separate message that it was for once they did finished. It was for them to be able to go and get some start building stuff and help them on their crystal key thing.
right.
But
And it somehow got leaked.
I guess so.
Or,
I
oh,
know it
It's in
worked
the
for us.
it's in the chat right
Yeah.
now, so I guess I won't mention it if in case it's not public knowledge
But
per se, or not to be.
I do have a question. We were driving, getting some trade checks yesterday. Not yesterday, 2 days ago. I know down in Toronto for the event, a lot of people had a lot of different QBs on, which was nice to see. Has anybody ever tried having, like, for example, the high roller QB or the raccoon QB or anything like that on a trade check just to see, out of curiosity, what comes out of that? Is it just paint? That was one thing that.
Oh, that'd be good to know.
Yeah, like or the Scottsdale QB or
Zodiacs or the Pirates
yeah.
or whatever.
Yeah.
Those ones that don't have a blueprint, basically. It's not blueprint QB.
Yeah, like even the what was it? The silver OG? Was that the right one to call?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
like
That's right. That's one.
that.
Well-
Is there some special silver paint that we're not aware of?
Well, no, the Silver OG did come with a one-time blueprint. You had a blueprint and you had to
Yeah,
sort of paint
but-
into
Yeah.
it, so that would get paint.
So that would just be paint.
So, I should also mention here, since we're in the show for a bit, that we are giving away a loot code for a exotic stamp to a live viewer this show. We'll be doing that a little bit later on. We're calling them exotic stamps because they are ones that are new in the game. We don't have too many of them. They're not necessarily from exotic places per se, but not
Exotic
necessarily.
places we don't have stamps from, but yes.
But they're places we don't have, right? So we'll be doing that bit later on to a lot and be giving it to a live viewer. Should also say that you can only win once, so we're spreading the wealth around. Last week's stamp was, what was it?
It was the Netherlands.
Netherlands, and this week is going to be
This week is Norway.
Norway.
Next week will be Sweden.
Okay.
And then we have 2 more after that.
Surprise.
Should I spill the beans or?
No, keep the attention surprise, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
1 week.
But none of them are ones that you often see. Like I can't say I've really seen any of these in the auction house.
They've just launched in those countries, so there's not going to be many of them, and we definitely haven't seen any of those in the auction house for sure. So, and definitely as a collector, if you're collecting them, I think they would have a value to the collector for sure. And if I was to get one, not that we're qualified to get one, I'd be keeping that because they did talk about having structures right now. I think the max structure is 3 different stamps types, but I think there are plans for up to 5. So so for sure. So, anyways, there's our cat. So yeah, so I just wanted to throw that in. The other thing I wanted to mention here, that a change that came in wasn't mentioned in Hunter's Lodge, but was with the update, was that the green user vault radius has been dropped from 3 kilometers to 1 kilometer. Which is in line with other
similar structures.
Other premium structures, which is great. I know when I was looking to build my green user vault, initially it went on, kind of mapped out the distances, and it was like 2.5 kilometers as the bird flies between the closest other green vault. It was far longer than that if you had to actually drive to it, because there wasn't obviously direct road. So my first choice I wasn't able to do. So I went to an alternate location, started doing that, and then when I went to start my green user vault, I actually on my alternate location it came up and it said no other within like 1,000 meters. I'm like, wait, that's supposed to be 3. This is great. So immediately killed that option and went back to my preferred location. So
it's all good.
So that should be helpful for a lot of people in certain cities and whatnot. That
it helps here in Dorchester.
And to jump back to the vaults being closer, like 50 meter radius. We were discussing today if there was a meetup for Halloween up around the seminary, up around King's College. We might be able to just stand there and get most of them all without moving. So that might not be good for trying to spawn cauldrons. So.
Yeah, I wonder how that's gonna work. Because it's supposedly, with the cauldrons, they want you to be walking for them to get them going. But if you can, if you're in just one location and you just are you kind of?
Well, just because you can stand in one location doesn't mean you have to.
Right?
Yes.
So if you stand in one location and get all the vaults, you're not going to spawn a cauldron.
Yeah.
So you're doing your walk. Just go about it as normal.
Just walk around in circles and then spawn.
Not a shortcut for everything. Play the game. Walk. Have fun.
Right. For sure. Actually, I'm thinking though, with this, we may actually be able to change our walking route, because we've kind of we've had this vault route set up. We've kind of walked that route for the last 2-3 years. Prior to playing the Cubieverse, we would not even go to the direction that we're currently been doing. So it'd be nice to be able to kind of walk, kind of get to the edge, get to an area where we can get those, and then start taking different routes and doing stuff like that. So that's another nice change that's coming out of this.
Walking the same path gets very monotonous.
Right?
Yeah.
For sure. Plus, there's one vault that that's around our house that I can see from my house, but I'm gonna say at least half the days I don't get, because I just don't go around that corner.
Right.
So I'll be able to get that one every day, which would be just one less thing. So that's cool. Plus, hopefully the cauldrons still take advantage of that radius, which would help us avoid doing the swamp walk we did last year.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah, and Janice has some good advice here. Where during the Halloween event, you do want to be careful um, with your collecting vaults, because you don't want to be in a random location collecting vaults and have a cauldron spawn on you where you have absolutely no idea where it is, right?
Right. Yep.
So,
I must say, I'm looking forward though to a very busy local Discord board about the locations of all the cauldrons.
Yeah.
mhm.
We're
It's
getting,
always fun, but
we've had
stressful.
a couple,
You're like, I can't
we
go
had a
right
couple,
now.
whoops. We had a couple of people join our local Discord group again. Some former players who are back, so that was good.
Yes.
So that was nice to see, and I'm looking forward to more people joining, hopefully. And the Halloween event is definitely one I think that people always remember, right?
Yeah. And I think even last year we had people that weren't that active throughout the year that kind of got more active around the Halloween event, because it is a lot of fun.
I think Christmas is another time when people tend to reappear as well.
Yeah.
Christmas is fun as well with all the big trees, right? Or with all the trees.
Yeah. I still laugh every time you bring up Christmas event.
I know, that damn nutcracker. it goes through my mind every single time.
Yeah.
But I'm still crusty about it. But
So,
you were going to mention the next city event that you've heard rumors of?
So we saw in the Discord there was some commentary about the next city event in Los Angeles, California, which is awesome. Yeah. And I think they're talking like February, March time frame or so.
Yeah, which is why they wanted to pick somewhere it was going to be nice.
Absolutely, absolutely. So, what do you think, Magic Dragon? You guys will go to California?
Potentially. That's we've gone there for roller hockey tournament for one of our sons, so why not to play an online GPS-based game and have fun, right? Yeah.
Right.
We could talk about that.
Just have to coordinate with a roller hockey tournament.
That's a location. Los Angeles is somewhere you could actually turn it into an extended vacation if it fits into your schedule, right?
Yeah.
You do a 3-day event, but take a whole week there, and there's lots to do still. Like Scottsdale, I'm sure it's a lovely place, but there wasn't much of a draw for it to take a vacation there, unless you wanted to drive to Nevada or go to Las Vegas or something as well, right? Like Toronto, lots to do there. Los Angeles, lots to do there.
Yes, for sure.
Although we had never had Scottsdale on our list of places to go, we really enjoyed Scottsdale. We kind of wish we had there, and we were pleasantly surprised with Scottsdale.
Yeah.
So.
I see in the chat, Alan is recommending Tampa. I'm sure Cubieverse will definitely be rebuilt faster than the city, but it might be interesting places to do in the Tampa area. So
RX Wings is suggesting San Fran. That would be great too.
Yep.
Or the Bay Area. Channers, maybe you can put some words in for that.
Yeah.
I think the traffic, and maybe I'm wrong, maybe because I've never been to San Francisco area or the Bay Area, but traffic in LA, wouldn't it kind of be a bit of a nightmare to be like Toronto? Toronto is also a bit of a nightmare, but for traffic. That said, it was quite manageable when we were there, and I don't know, but isn't LA when we were there, wasn't it traffic even worse?
Yeah, but I would say if you're doing LA, you're gonna actually do it in. You might say LA, but we're actually gonna do it like Venice Beach area,
Right.
or you know.
You know, maybe instead of having restaurant quests in like if it was LA, put them outside of like stars homes and maybe have the chance to see stars. That would be kind of cool. They might not like it, but
Yeah.
That's funny.
because who hasn't
Do a,
gone on
Hol-
Starbus tours,
do
right?
a Hollywood Stars conquest or quest or something, right? Go
Yeah,
find this Hollywood star,
Bob
and they're
Barker.
walking the Walk of Fame. The what's it called? The Walk of Fame.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Walk of
Or
Fame.
yeah,
I think it's having a little mind melt for a second there. Yeah, that'd be fun.
definitely.
So, you guys been noticing the auction house been a little more active?
There's
Yes.
definitely been more stuff in the auction house.
Yeah.
I know. I know there are
Lots,
some.
lots of witches being sold pretty well.
Definitely.
The resin was going well. I've had resin up now for 2 of the 3 days left now, and no bites on it. So the resin might be petering out.
What do you have it
But
at?
notice the Tiki Warriors, resin, witches. Those are all selling well up to this point recently.
I tried to buy some warty toads today, which is what you go into build witches, because I just need
Yeah.
a bit more, and Rashu outbid me. So
Oh,
I was like, I thought, you know what? I'm not going to fight him for it. It was a decent
Yeah.
price. So
okay.
What are you selling resin for?
Me?
Yeah.
I started around 32,000 for the low price, and buy out around 48.
For how much? 100,000?
Yeah,
and
and
you're
it
not.
was selling 2 batches right away, sold quickly. And now this last one, there's not even a nibble on it.
Hmm.
So either I priced myself out, people don't need it as much, or there's more in the market now than there was, or enough in the market.
Yes.
So that's fine. For a green key and the adventure road task, I don't mind it. I'll do it to get the points.
Huh.
Not when it's a daily task, a list an item or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a fair thing for me. If I get my 100,000 back, great. I know I'll use it eventually anyways. If I get the 32,000 cubic coins, that works for me as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, because I was listing resin around 40,000 or so the other week, and for 100,000, I was getting some decent sales, like cut, and then the third sale just didn't happen, right? So
Right.
it's activity, but
Yeah,
yeah.
it happens.
And I know that a couple months ago, you go on to the auction house and it'd be like sometimes there'd be nothing up, or barely anything, like a handful of items
Yeah.
up in the auction house. So the fact that there's activity going on, and I'm actually having to scroll through and look for stuff, that's great. The one item I'm
Yeah.
really looking for to buy, I have not seen, but it will come at some point, I'm sure.
What's that?
Just it's a Cubie that I'm looking for.
Which one?
Oh, I'm not gonna say so you don't price it up.
The Lego?
Lego Cubie, yeah, that's not in the game yet. Um,
Did you notice the origami princess that was listed? That was kind of neat to see.
Yeah.
yeah, the Chill Cubie blueprint. I bid on that. It was up. I bid on that for like 100,000 or so. It went for like 1.75 million last week and the week before, which was, uh,
Too pricey for you?
a little too
Yeah.
pricey for me. Like that's, I'd love to have that one or the blue or even the QB, but like wow, 1.7 on that. That's almost a record for blueprint, like
Yeah,
a
it's
blueprint
getting
that's
up
not
there.
like a legendary sort of blueprint, right? So,
Right.
so, anyways,
Hoff is trying to win an exotic woman today.
okay, well,
Oh yeah.
That's stamp, not
right,
woman.
right, it's a stamp, right? Yeah, and then
He's
there
like
was, and then,
Rhiannon mixed up with the passport bride.
right,
That we're auctioning off stamps here. That's it.
and then Art Swing just put in the comment there. She also said, mentioned that there was a Apple Greenprint, Apple QB,
Green apple.
green Apple QB blueprint that went for over 1 million as well.
Really?
Which is that was from the Toronto one.
Wow.
So yeah, that was
You start hearing stuff like that, and it's even more of an incentive to go to these city events, right?
oh, you never get right. There's a limited number of those.
Yeah.
So those
But I,
were
I didn't we read though that was pre-arranged between a couple, like somebody who went to the event and somebody who wanted to go but didn't go.
I don't know if I don't I never heard that, but it could be for sure. What I did hear is that somebody was in Europe, left their headquarters there, and the Europe, I guess, is on the extended range for QB collecting now, or not QB for collecting vaults. So they've left their blueprint here, so they're back here and they're just collecting all their vaults using the new system already, which would be nice to have happen here. So, right? So, but yeah, and to be clear, only 67 green apple blueprints. So that's
Right.
and I think there's probably even less of the red apple from Scottsdale. So,
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
so those are set. So, mind you, the price of the green apples cubies is not holding up in the auction house. It seems like it's come down quicker than I would have thought, but whichever. For sure. So I guess final thing here is, in order to get all of our premium structures in, because they're costing us 9,000 crystal keys.
Right.
At this point, I think it'd be 10,000 US or so. We have foregone purchasing Adventure Road this month.
Oh, okay.
We're too poor in crystal keys.
It might be Crystal Key Power.
Yeah.
We'll see where we end up at the end of the month, where we may buy it at the end.
Right.
And not getting
So
it
you
in.
buy it at the end, you still get all the rewards
Matter,
on the
yeah,
right side?
yeah.
Okay.
It's just harder to have gotten to 30,
It's
right?
30 out.
And
Only
really,
2 points.
right, and really noticing the difference of not getting, because you don't get anything for completing walking levels, because normally you get 10 points for every walking level you complete, so we're not getting
Right.
that. And
Yeah, it makes such a difference.
right, and getting half of the points per vault is also a huge difference. That being said, I think we're still doing pretty good, because so far we've been able to get most of the Adventure Road quests. But it's
Okay.
definitely a different feel, because normally we're done right about now. And what are we at? Level 21 Adventure Road
No, I
at this
think
point?
23.
23?
We're
Oh, very
opening
good.
a lot of vaults.
Yeah, we're get pressure to get vaults. So I don't know where you are, Magic Dragon. We may have maybe ahead of you, because I know you like to leave it to the last minute to complete. So
It all depends what I have available. I'm around 20 right now.
so it's definitely a different feel to do it
Oh, I bet.
this way. So
So with it being Q2, I think
Okay.
we need to get that
yeah.
word going for the exotic stamp.
Yes, so we'll do that right now. Get that started. So we're going to use the same tool as I did last time. It seemed like it worked out just fine, other than I had left an image on the screen, so people will just tell me not to do it. So um, the, the word we're going to use is loot, L-O-O-T. Got that right here on the screen right now. So once I hit this, I'm going to start capturing messages right now. So for the next 300 seconds or so, if you need to put loot and your Discord name in the chat to enter the draw for the stamp via a loot code, and the stamp is what again? Goldminer, what's the stamp?
Norway, I believe.
I
I'm
thought
just going to double check, but I believe I said Norway.
thought Norway was
Norway.
last week. It is Norway. Okay. Norway. All right. So we need to put that in. We'll keep talking. Once this timer kicks down, I will have it pick the winner. I did figure out that last week that if I hit this export button, it will give me an export code and show me everybody that was in the that was in there and had the what they had entered with. So I've got that. So we'll throw that back on. So anyways, we can keep talking for the next couple minutes while that gets going. But loot is the code this time. So good luck to everybody. As I said, once again, if you won before, you're not winning, can't win again. So that's only for you, Lionheart, this time around. But I'm sure we'll have somebody else will be joining that club. So Alan Kill, looks like loot looks like it works for sure. So, and I also noted that last week somebody was throwing other players in, which the software was actually smart enough to not pick up. So that was good, even though it confused me when I was looking at the data. So
right, yeah.
But
sneaky, it's supposed to be live viewers.
Live viewers only.
Live viewers, for sure. So, but yeah. So yeah, JH. I learned a lot about NVIDIA and this guy since we had that bug.
Yeah.
You only had it for 20 minutes, so you only got a few questions. We got the questions for like 3 or 4 days, so we can. We learned a lot about it. So.
Oh, I learned a lot too. It was great. I still had to do we did white vaults. I didn't have all the blue vaults to do.
Right.
We had to actually leave town, drive into London to get a few extra blue vaults to try and speed up our night. Right. There wasn't enough here in town. So, which worked out for you because we got your green vault as well.
Oh, nice.
So, which works out for you, but didn't work out for us.
Yeah, for sure. Do you have a witch? Your witch Cubie?
Not yet.
Not yet. That's what you're looking for in the auction house?
All you need is any witch, but level 10 will on a 10 level green vault will guarantee you the spawn the next day. So that means on a 1 level green vault with a 10 level QB, witch QB, it's only probably 50% chance the next day, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think like 10% maybe.
Well, 10% would be a level 1, level 1.
No, I think it'd be 1%.
No, each one is like 5% because a level 10 gives you a 100% chance.
I thought you'd multiply to get them. I don't know the game. I don't know the game technique. I don't know the game. Whatever's how they coded it. But you could. And I would have, if I was coding it, I would have said take your level of both, multiply them, and that's your percentage chance. Versus you're basically saying 5% per. 5% per level?
Yeah, per level to kind of add up, right?
Yeah.
So for every level you level up your green vault, it's 5% increase. for every level up your witch is, it's another 5% increase.
I guess what I was,
So I think level 10 witch on a level 1 QB
yeah.
would give you, a green vault would give you a 50% chance, where you think would only be a 10% chance.
Yeah. Well, I guess we'll do a test.
Yeah.
We'll need to throw
Yeah,
a level 1 witch in and find out how often it comes up. If
Yeah.
at all.
So does Bunch of O'Brien's have a level 10 witch or a witch?
Yes, but she does not have. Well, she has a witch, but she
So
doesn't have a green vault.
Ah.
But does she have
So
bite
that's.
now?
Don't worry. We will have a green vault with a witch in Dorchester.
Well,
'Cause-
I have a level 10
If we
witch.
go, though, there's going to be lots in London. So
So
So I have a level 10, Atrocities has a level 10, and RX Wings has a level 10, and we all three of us have
green vaults.
green vaults. So
and I have a second
there's
green
at least
vault.
that.
I have a second green vault and I have a level 1 witch. So
Okay.
I don't know if I'm going to chance to
So
level
when they
up.
said that when there's a guarantee of the spawning the witch quest, can you have witch quests within 3 kilometers of each other, or is there a larger radius
I think
on
each
the witch
one's.
quest?
I assume everyone is independent because I do believe I heard last year there were places that had like 2 or 3 witch quests close to each other every day.
Well, okay. Yeah,
but-
we never did in London, so I would have no. I didn't hear anything. So thank you.
Okay, someone's commenting here. Level 10 with a level 1 is 50%. So
Yeah. Okay.
okay, I guess they coded it that way. So we shall see. So, all right, how are we doing on time here? But I guess if you need to, you can always bin. So 150 seconds to get in with the code LOOT spelled right here. I've got it, LOOT, with your Discord name that you'll be contacting. Then you'll need to contact Goldminer to arrange for it. So, but yeah.
But I know what you were going there with the binning the witch or whatever.
Yeah.
I have reservations about doing that with people that I know, because I don't want to do anything that kind of skirts the lines of what terms of service is supposed to be. And so I think if I buy it at an accurate selling price, I think it'd be okay. But I don't want to be seen as possibly swapping resources between accounts. I know I don't want to. I'm worried about doing anything wrong in the game and getting, a mark about it. So.
Well,
I'm also not going to overpay just for a witch quest.
Right.
So if people are selling witches in the auction house and I find one for a good price, I'll just scoop it up.
Right. I guess my thought is if you can make an arrangement for a buy it now that's going on Discord and whatnot, it shouldn't matter if you know the person, right?
It should, and I don't think it should, and I don't think it would necessarily, but I don't know, can I sell it back to them afterwards?
Why not?
For the same price? Because they're going to get their 10% coins, so it doesn't hurt the game at all. It actually helps the game.
Yeah.
Can I loan someone's level 10 witch for a week or something?
I think why not? Right? I mean that might be something that they could set up in the future, right? I've got my cubies. Who wants to borrow my cubies for their trade shacks or whatever structures?
Well, when I had my incident with the leprechaun blueprint that I listed for an an extremely low amount, and Atrocities bought it for me, I was told that I could buy it back at fair market value, which, since we were the only ones that had bought and sold, that stupid price was fair market, right? So.
Yeah. And Channers does have a good point that someone could still swoop in an arranged bin, someone else swoop in on it. So that is possible. Ideally, the bin is only active for, less than a minute in a range situation, but
Yeah.
it could still happen, right?
Oh,
So
you know, for sure, 100%. So it'd be like, yeah, you'd have to arrange it and you have to price it at a point where you can both afford it, but hopefully no one else would want to swoop in and get it.
yeah, and as I said, if it's quick enough that it's going to happen. Likewise, even if you do, you see something, hey, wow, that's a really good price. Um, you know, someone may take a couple seconds to decide, and if you've already got that prearranged, it should happen quick. But
So
you know,
on the idea of loaning a cubie, like borrowing a cubie off someone, would you borrow a cubie off someone for a month for a fee so you could staff your own trade shacks with it? For like it was like an epic cubie on loan for a month, you could pay someone. Is
if
there any?
question be, can
Hmm?
you trust? There's not too many people I would trust to do that with, right?
Right. No, that's
So,
I mean if the game
right?
set it up. If
But if
there
the
was a
game,
mechanic in the game like rent a cubie, and you could rent cubies for a month or something.
from another player,
But
yeah.
would that make the price
Yeah, it's an in-game feature. Hmm?
Okay, sorry,
would
just
that could that make the price of the cubies come down?
I don't
depends
know.
what the person
Because like
wants.
if you loan me a blueprint and I printed my own or a few of them for a month, and that wouldn't that like make
No,
more
not you can't borrow a blueprint. You
just a
could rent a cubie.
Sorry.
huh?
So we're at 15 seconds to get loot and your Discord name into the chat to be in the competition, or for a chance to win the loot code, I guess. Well, the stamp. 5, 3, 2, 1. Good. So we captured. So we're saying that it's got 14 people that have qualified this time. 44 messages, of which it found 14 would work. So
Okay.
I've got nothing on the screen here to cover me over. So I'm going to hit pick a winner and see who we got. Victor Diaz. Bombay Bomber.
Nice.
Congratulations.
Where do you see that? Oh,
It's on the screen now.
oh, there we go.
I don't know if it's a little lag for you or.
Small,
Yes.
yeah, small.
Okay.
Okay,
Congratulations.
so Victor, send me a message, Gold Miner, on Discord, and I will send you back the link, or not the link, the code.
Loot code.
Oh, comment here, not another Toronto player.
Is he from
Given
Toronto?
that we are an Ontario board or Ontario based.
It all depends. It's law of numbers, right? Rule of numbers, percentage. Well, congratulations.
Yes.
Congratulations. Thanks for
Norway
watching live.
champ.
And
No.
for the
No
record,
bunch of them did not win for watching your first show ever and just you were listening every week, but you finally tuned into one and no, you did not win.
Maybe if she came on sometime.
Right? Well, if she came on the show sometime, oh yeah, she could still win if she was just a guest appearance.
for sure.
3 of us can't win, but any of our guest speakers can win still.
So for the record, you can see what everybody, all the people that entered on here, and the links, and I'm just showing that. And so if you thought you were entered and your name is not on here, then let us know. But that should not be the case. So, but looks like it worked for 14 people at least. So
Excellent.
good. Congratulations. So
Yes.
all right.
So.
All right.
Do you either of you have anything else to add tonight?
I do not. I'm happy with that show. That was a good show.
Yeah, I've got nothing else I want to say at this point, other than we're continuing to get out in the Cubieverse this week and just picking up because I think just feeling like Halloween's coming, feeling more energetic going on. We're seeing some energy in the auction house and whatnot. So I think everyone's looking forward to Halloween. I think everyone's also got their theories on the sacrifice for this coming month or this time, and trying to get ready for that. So, so yeah. All right, and thanks for everybody for joining us on Halloween Sunday at this show. We appreciate it. We appreciate everybody that watches us live. Obviously, we have a little bonus for those folks tonight. But if you can't catch us live and watching us other time on later on, we appreciate you too. But please like, subscribe, comment below. That's it for me.
And for all the Canadian viewers, happy Thanksgiving, and look forward to hunting and maybe doing Buddy Quest with you guys.
All right, we're out of here. That's it.
Don't forget to like, subscribe, whatever. Did you say that?
I did,
No.
but I appreciate when someone else does too.
I missed it too.